Well, preparations are underway in Waco, Texas, where former President Trump is expected to hold his first campaign rally of the 2024 election later this evening.
It comes amidst his potential indictment in Manhattan and Trump's posts on social media about potential violence if he is indeed indicted. Meantime, happening now, a prominent activist is showing his support for the Manhattan district attorney in the case, Alvin Bragg. And CBS 2's Leah Mishkin joins us now in studio with the latest. Leah.
Yeah, so Doug and Andrea, Reverend Al Sharpton is that prominent figure you mentioned. He is holding right now a prayer vigil in Harlem for the safety of Manhattan's district attorney and his staff after he received a death threat this week.
According to CBS News, a letter with a death threat and what was later determined to be non-hazardous white powder was sent to Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's office on Friday. Former President Donald Trump is being criticized for a post he wrote earlier that day, warning of possible death and destruction if he is to be indicted, potentially on alleged campaign finance violations. Writing in part, quote, "What kind of person can charge another person when it is known by all that no crime has been committed, and also known that potential death and destruction in such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country."
Well, the twice impeached former president's rhetoric is reckless, reprehensible, and irresponsible.
The former president is also getting backlash for reposting this altered image of himself and Bragg. Reverend Al Sharpton plans to address it at a prayer vigil he will hold in Harlem today for the safety of Manhattan's DA and his staff.
This goes beyond the pale, even for Donald Trump. We all have a right to free speech, but that's not an absolute right.
This former law professor says the former president could even be charged for this type of post.
Potential charges of menacing, of aggravated harassment, inciting a riot, which he might be even a recidivist for.
Former President Trump has called the investigation politically motivated. On Monday, Robert Costello testified before the Manhattan grand jury, calling Michael Cohen totally unreliable.
Hard to say exactly what's going to happen. It seems now there's been some hesitation potentially as to looking for a true bill from this grand jury. So I think there is a possibility it could go either way at this point. Perhaps an indictment and perhaps not.
And Doug and Andrea, next week is when the grand jury is expected to resume those deliberations.
Leah Mishkin with us here in studio. Leah, thank you.